Welcome to Life Passages, The Soul's Journey. I'm your host, Nancy Bloom, and the topic of our show today is Songs for Soul and Spirit. And I feel so honored to share with you these songs that I have been inspired to create over many years. And we're doing this show in celebration of the 15-year anniversary of my first recording, my first album, Spirits Walking the Wind, coming out. So I'll be sharing with you some of my process in creating the music, and we'll get to hear from people who have experienced it as very healing, just find out the impact it's had on their lives during this period of time. So this is music that has been really inspired by the spirit, by nature, and by journeys of the soul. And it is music that's come to me at times when I've been in nature. I start hearing melodies, or sometimes lyrics begin to come in that are inspiring me, and I want to work with them to form a song or songs. And for many years, I just totally delighted in this process of really, in a sense, hearing fresh new music coming in, and then creating lyrics as well. And I kept all of that in a couple of drawers. I would tape the melodies. I don't write music, so I would put them on, at that time, that was a long time ago, put them on cassette tapes so I could refer back to them. And then on a vision quest in 1996, I was guided to bring out the music I'd already written, which was sounding like a tall order to me. But I just felt guided also to really dedicate myself to this project. And this first album that came out 15 minutes ago really took 5 years to create, although some of the songs on it ripened over many decades. So I'd like to share with you a little statement from Naomi Caspe, an acupuncturist in our area in Southern Oregon, Northern California. She works in Northern California as an acupuncturist. And let's just hear from her about how the music has impacted her.
I see them as journey songs. And every time I play them, I usually play the whole album because they have a kind of a rhythm, and I'm amazed at the diversity. They evoke the Native American spirit, the indigenous spirit of the Latin Americas, and the Black culture. So it's extraordinary in that I've never heard an album do that. It's unique for bringing forward the struggle, and they're victorious in their outcome. You kind of have that feeling. So they're very uplifting, and I see them as the songs that need to be out, that they speak to our time, landmarks of our time. Wow. And so I think they really need to be out there and sung by a lot of people. Because they're spirituals.
Thank you for watching that little segment with Naomi. And now we're going to hear from Wanda Borland, who actually is the director of this show and many TV shows. And we're going to hear from her about how the music has been a help to her in her life. So enjoy this.
And then my life went through a period of a lot of inner turmoil, to a point where I was seeking things to bring peace and harmony to myself again. And that's when I turned to your music. One of the things I did want to say about your music, it seemed to provide it creates a passageway to your inner self. It takes you along the road to a spiritual learnings. I listened to your music quite intensely for quite a long period of time.
And you were saying you listened for a long period of time. How long was that? Weeks or months or?
It was months. Months. And there's a theme that runs through your lyrics sometimes that I like, the spirit and the soul, rivers and streams, being part of the earth and the universe.
Yes.
And one of the songs that really reached me and moved me was Spirit. Yeah. The lyrics are really beautiful. Gives people a lot of options of how one might define God.
And I wanted to share with you a little bit about the song that Wanda mentioned, the song Spirit, that she said she got so much from. That is the first song I ever wrote, and I wrote it at a pivotal time in my life when I was going through a lot of challenges and had started seeing a counselor. And coming out of his office, the second or third meeting that we had, as I went and got in my van, the melody for this song arose and the lyrics of the first 2 or 3 verses. And because he lived and worked an hour and 15 minutes away from me, I just sang it and learned my own song on the way home and found it very empowering. And I hope you do also. It took that song a long time to ripen. I added verses in the 90s, and it finally was finished when we recorded it in 1998, I believe. So enjoy the song, and we have set that. Dan Lehman, who is here on our crew, took video footage of a stream that is here in Ashland, Oregon, where we live. And so as you watch the stream just flowing by, let the music, the lyrics, and the melody just flow towards you from that stream and enjoy the journey.
is in the mountains, God is in the trees, God is in the oceans, God is in the seas, God is in the wind, God is in the breeze, God is in you, God is in me. God is in the rivers, God is in the streams, God is in your visions, God is in your dreams. Spirit is everything, no matter how it seems. So follow your visions and live your dreams. God is in the flower, God is in the star, God is near, God is afar, God is in your body, God is in your heart. In spirit we're all one, we're never apart. God is in the sunlight and in deepest night. God is in your darkness. God is in your light. God is in your joy. God is in your fright. Spirit is there through your pain and your delight. God is the harmony that makes you Open your heart, and in spirit you shall grow. God is the child within you, so free. God is the wisdom that guides you and me. God is the way that sets you free. God is the door, love is the key. So let the Spirit move you as it might. Let the Spirit sing through you, sing of dark and light. Let the Spirit breathe through you, the breath of life. And let the Spirit live through you, give through you, and love through you. Let the Spirit live through you, give through you, and love through you. Let the Spirit live through you, give through you, and love.
I'm so glad to have been able to share that song with you in that way, and I want to invite you now, alongside that same stream, to listen to two other people share about their experiences with this music. Lynn Dolan, who's an artist, and Dan Lehner, who's a poet. You'll hear from one and then the other.
Thank you for the honor. I so enjoyed when you came to my house in an interfaith devotional and you started playing your drum and singing just in sounds that was so enchanting. And when I found out that you had 2 CDs, I had to buy both. And I put one in one room and I put the other in my studio. When I find myself alone, it just draws my heart, and it's like music for my soul, like just free-flowing, feeling all the cultures and rhythms of the whole world. It's wonderful. And I find myself dancing and totally elated with the unity in music for the soul of the whole thing. I enjoy it so much.
I'm going to talk about Nancy Bloom's music. Her music rules, by the way. I think it just is really, really cool. And in so many ways, it's a very peaceful, soothing sounds. And at the same time, the lyrics are very deep. And so is the rhythm, really. And it's quite unique in the age we live in. Also, a friend of mine back in Wisconsin, a very good artistic director, theater director, she put the song "You Cannot Chain My Soul," she choreographed that and had that on Martin Luther King Day in Milwaukee, and had her African American students dance to it. And everybody really, really appreciated that music. You know, once more, her music was relevant, you know.
Wonderful that this music has inspired dance. And in this next little section, again by that stream, you'll be able to listen to more from Wanda and with Stephanie Martin as well, both talking about meditation that's come to them through the music, singing, these are people that really hadn't sung much before, and therapeutic healing that came through this music. So enjoy what they have to say. And again, you'll get to be by the stream with them.
This is one of Nancy's songs that I like to use for meditation. This is just a short part of the song. My soul is a song from spirit. My body is a gift of the earth. I listen to her voice and I hear it as I walk each step a prayer upon the earth. As as I walk, each step a prayer upon the earth. Can chain my body, but you can't ever chain my soul. You can enslave my body, but you'll never break my soul.
That song is so moving. When I first met Nancy, that song meant so much to me. I was in a very abusive relationship, and I was in the midst of leaving that relationship, and I went to see Nancy for some support around that. And I tell you, this song, You Cannot Chain My Soul. We could have talked for hours and hours and hours. However, hearing that song and singing it, in my body, and I could, it's just moving through, and it was so empowering, and I had no problem leaving after that.
Wow.
You can chain my body, but you'll never, ever, ever chain my soul, because my soul is eternally free. Thank you, Nancy. I mean, seriously, I am so free, and it's such a beautiful feeling. Thank you. Follow the path of the sun. Follow the path of the sun. Follow, I'll follow. Follow, I'll follow. Follow the path of the sun. That song, I used it so often in my work therapeutically with veterans, and we worked in a healing garden together. And we just learned about how plants, they grow so much better when you sing to them, and we feel better when we sing. And we would sing this song, and they loved it, and they would go around all the different aisles, corn, squash, flowers, and they would sing, follow the path of the squash, or follow the path of the peas, just giving them a boost of connection with nature, a connection with themselves, and a connection with one another, because they sang to each other, and they could hear their...
It's heartwarming for me that music I created so long ago has really impacted the lives of so many people. And I'm just honored to hear about that and really feel a lot of joy about it. I want to share another song here, Spirits Walking the Wind. It's the title song of my first album. And it came to me after being in a sweat lodge, Native American sweat lodge. And it is really about the old ones in this continent of North America where we live, the tribal peoples that lived here for thousands of years. And it's an imagining and a sensing into what they would want us to understand in our lives today. Their words, their song for us about their life here and what their wishes are for us today. So this song was one that Edward Lee Emerson, the novelist and filmmaker, has loved, and he created a video for it. So we'll get to hear the song with the video that he made for it. Enjoy.
Spirits walking the wind whisper, the old ways are gone, and yet they must begin again. Spirits walking the wind whisper, the old ways are gone, and yet they must be carried on, or life on earth will not go on. Spirits walking the wind whisper, for thousands of years our people have lived, loved and died here. For thousands of years our people have lived, loved and died here. You can feel our sorrows in the streams. Our voices sing to you in your deepest dreams. Our power remains. Sometimes we linger here unseen, in the places where we once had been, trying to wake you from deep sleep, trying to wake you from your dreams. Every bird song, every storm is a call to be reborn. Open the eyes of your heart and see all that lives and all that breathes dwells in the heart of the great mystery. Open the eyes of your heart and see all that lives and all that breathes dwells in the heart of the great mystery. Spirits walking the wind, we say, everything here is holy. Love the earth, your mother, her substance gives you a body. Love the earth. Spirits walking the wind, we sing, everything here is sacred. Honor the sky, your father. Without his breath you'd have no life. Without sun and rain you'd surely die. Honor the sky. Spirits walking the wind whisper, the old ways are gone, and yet they must begin again. The old ways are gone, and yet they must be carried on, or life on earth will not go on. Spirits walking the wind whisper, now's the time to begin anew. A new world wants to be born through you. And all that lives and everyone, in river, fire, cloud, and storm, here on earth you await the dawn. And you're the ones to hear the call. We're here to bring the dawn to all, to bring the dawn to all. Spirits walking the wind, we whisper, now is the time. If you wait, it will be too late. Now is the time to open up the sacred gate. Now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time. Now is the time.
Thank you for sharing that song and the journey through those images with us. A lot of my songs seem to come to me from the earth itself, and I want to share another song with you soon, which is called Stream Song, which came to me from a stream in our area. And when I went to mix the song out by the beautiful, powerful table rocks in our area, which were sacred to the native peoples here for thousands of years, many ravens showed up in a big oak tree when we were mixing the song and looking and gazing out at the promontory of the table rocks. And it was as if the spirits of the old ones lined those table rocks, letting me know that that was their song. It was really a song that had originated in this land and these streams here, and I had somehow picked it up intuitively. So I sang that song actually this week in a blessing for our local mountain, Mount Ashland, Al-Kata in the Old Tongue. And this is a mountain that brings waters from its beautiful snowpack to our streams and our watershed of our valley. So I'm going to share with you Stream Song, and I want to wish you, we probably will go out on that song with the images that go with it. And those images were photographs of me taken by Helga Motley in preparation for my second album cover. And I'm going to share them with you as sort of an emanation from me to you. Before we go out on Stream Song, I do want to encourage you to embrace whatever you are inspired to do, as I was, whatever you're longing to do or think you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. And all manner of help will arise to assist you from the universe, from spirit, from within yourself, resources you didn't even know you had. That's been my experience. That's a kind of paraphrase of a quote. So I want to hand that off to you. Enjoy the Stream Song. Be well.